So today there was some interactions between Emerson Mnangagwa as well as retired General Chiwenga. All these two gentlemen attended the Women's League events that was taking place today in Harare. There is this popular picture that I have put on the portrait, which is being circulated all over social media. At one point, Emerson Mnangagwa said to Chiwenga, Chiwenga yaenda nemadzimai, we are not safe. That is what he said. And Chiwenga seemingly responding, making a joke out of it, and also Chinomwana visibly also seemingly enjoying some jokes. Should we read anything? Are these signs and symptoms of reconciliation? I see Barakashis, they are all over. Up in arm. There is a lot of joy within Barakashi. Does this mean that Chiwenga has decided to give in to the winning team so far in terms of the succession race in ZANU-PF? Greetings and welcome to your lovely channel, the Hlonipani Global News. If you're watching us for the very first time, please do remember to press the red or black subscribe button so that next time when we beam live, you become the very first one to watch us. So Chiwenga could be seen interacting with Emerson Mnangagwa today at the Women's League meeting, which took place at ZANU-PF headquarters. And Barakashis are up in arms, trying to prove everybody wrong that these two gentlemen, they have cordial relations. I think if you want to understand what is happening in Zimbabwe at the moment, of course, Chiwenga is the deputy of Emerson Mnangagwa. Mnangagwa is the boss in the government. Of actually Emerson, in the government of him, of course, he is the boss, and Chiwenga is just a vice president appointed by Emerson Mnangagwa. At the moment, I can safely say Mnangagwa is more powerful in terms of positions in ZANU-PF. He is actually having a leverage over retired General Chiwenga. So Chiwenga is expected to play along as much as possible, but that should not be misread as actually the reality of what is going on. We've seen these scenes before, and Barakash is telling us that no, these people are not fighting. People are confusing these two people. The real thing is there is a fight. You would remember also in events leading to the exit of Robert Gabriel Mugabe, when the military was negotiating with Robert Gabriel Mugabe. Chiwenga and Mugabe could be seen taking pictures, smiling at each other, interacting at each other publicly, and also Chiwenga and other retired generals. I remember in the famous press briefing where everybody expected Robert Gabriel Mugabe to resign. We saw Robert Gabriel Mugabe, even though he convened the press briefing where everybody was expecting to hear him resigning. Robert Gabriel Mugabe talking about the conference and saying he was going to name the successor during the ZANU-PF conference. As disappointed as the then military generals, including retired General Chiwenga, may have been, after that press briefing, they saluted Robert Gabriel Mugabe. And they appeared to be cordial. They did not want to embarrass him, publicly. They did not want to, in politics, sometimes they say emotional intelligence is the best tool that anyone can ever possess. Because today we saw them joking, we saw them interacting, but look at what Chiwenga did when he came there. He came with his own bottle of water, which means he doesn't trust Emmerson Mnangagwa. He doesn't trust the water that was given to him. And also, if you look at the supporters of Emmerson Mnangagwa, they continued to wave the placards with 2030 bill. I mean, we have passed from a bill to an act, but we saw the placards raised during that Women's League meeting. I mean, saying 2030 belongs to Emmerson Mnangagwa. If it's a sealed program, why would Women's League actually be showing forth those placards? It means it may appear sealed to the members of the public, but behind the scenes, this matter is not sealed. This matter is still in discussion, up in discussion, more than anyone can anticipate. It's not yet over. That is not how in ZANU-PF you deal with succession disputes. I see a lot of people are reading, even the supporters of retired General Chiwenga, as much as they are actually they are fighting, but the fight is actually seemingly toned down. That should not be interpreted as an end of what is going on. This is well calculated moves. At the moment, they have to appear weak. And in that weakest moment is the most dangerous moment. And Emmerson Mnangagwa, more than any other person, understand that Chiwenga should never be underestimated. And equally so, Chiwenga understand that Emmerson Mnangagwa should never be trusted. The man is, look, if you want to see that relations are not cordial, look at their supporters. Look at the behavior of the supporters of the two. What is being pushed by their supporters, apart from the laughs and apart from the exchanges they had today. And obviously, Mnangagwa was playing smart. He is trying to actually get rid of this notion that him and Chiwenga, they do not see eye to eye. But it's words against action. It's a matter of appearance versus reality. What appears to be is not what is happening in real terms of politics in Zimbabwe. I can attest to you that the biggest mistake that Emmerson Mnangagwa made was actually to ever dream and dare to follow the dream to extend his term of office. That on its own changed the political game between Chiwenga and Mnangagwa. And Chiwenga understands very, very well that this moment has been created to strategically, politically disadvantage him. He understands that very. I always ask myself this question. So people expect these gentlemen to be fighting publicly. No. And when Chiwenga talk, if he's given a platform, when he addresses, if he could address today, you would not expect to see him actually lashing out at Emmerson Mnangagwa directly. He does so through the use of scriptures, and nothing would be done also by Emmerson Mnangagwa, because these two gentlemen, all of them possess some degree of power. Mnangagwa understands that he cannot just take on retired General Chiwenga, because he has retired generals behind him, supporting him on his back. And by the way, someone may say, but this fight has taken long. Look at for how many years Emmerson Mnangagwa was fighting with Robert Gabriel Mugabe. For numerous years. At some point, they appeared to be cordial with each other. At some point, they joined hands with each other. That is what politics sometimes has to be. It's something that cannot be actually clearly defined. It's not something that cannot be clearly followed. Politics keeps on confusing people. And I mean, that's the dynamics of politics. It's something that it cannot be explained by everybody. But what I can attest to you is that what we saw today and what we are seeing, look at who is actually pushing those pictures. It's not Chiwenga faction and Emerson Mnangagwa faction. It is Mnangagwa faction, Barakashis, specifically making noise on social media. And their aim is to give an impression that there is no wedge between Chiwenga and Emerson Mnangagwa. But you would not see the faction of Chiwenga actually also rubber stamping this. There is absolutely nothing like this. The faction of Chiwenga is still up in arms. They are up against Emerson Mnangagwa, including also the alliance partners. They are still up against Emerson Mnangagwa. So, reading, I think we've seen this before. We've seen people actually, we've walked this road before. And we've seen people thinking, everything is well at the moment. Politics is confusing sometimes, highly confusing. So it's not my view, but this is the reality. The battle is still on. The battle still continues, and it's not yet over in ZANU-PF. In fact, it has just begun. If there is proper characterization of what is going on within ZANU-PF at the moment. And these two gentlemen today were playing smart against each other, trying to test their emotional intelligence, and somehow confusing their supporters publicly. This may be the posture they are trying to sell, but I can tell you, behind the scenes, when me and you are not seeing them, these gentlemen are working thoroughly to make sure that they actually dislodge each other. The fight is still on, in my view. The fight would be over if Chiwenga is gotten rid of in ZANU-PF, or if he is totally eliminated. As long as, but also, I don't think it will be still over. It will also mark the more intensified continuation. There are many people at the moment, I can attest to you, who seems, and also, for Chiwenga attending that women's league, something tells me something. We've seen Chiwenga not attending these actually functions where the 2030 agenda is advanced, but he attended Women's League today. You've heard what Themba Mliswa has said previously about the chairperson of the Women's League in ZANU-PF. To be precisely, that is Chinomona. He has regarded her as a traitor. There are many people in ZANU-PF during daytime, they are busy twerking for Emerson Mnangagwa, but behind the scenes, they have departed the man long time ago. The man is being played. They are playing him at his own game because they understand that direct confrontation, Mnangagwa may win because he still possesses some state powers to make decisions over many of them, both within the party as well as the government. Mnangagwa prepared for this moment. He appeared to be giving these powers to Robert Gabriel Mugabe, and he knew very, very well that in no time he would be the president. Of course, he didn't do much to to actually give him the powers that he exactly needs. That is why we are seeing him working on every day increasing those powers. CAP 3 is part of the initiative. We expect more if he is still allowed to lead as the president. Thank you very much for watching us. If you are watching us for the very first time, please do remember to press the red or black subscribe button so that next time when we beam live, you become the very first one to watch us. You can financially support this channel by pressing the join button and be part of our members who are the heartbeat of this channel. You can equally do so by pressing the thanks button and send us stars. Okanqubo Mhlabane is signing out. Love and leave you. Let's meet on the other side of